I was really distraught when I saw the video by Tyra Spaulding, I think, or Spauldings. That young lady, former contestant in the Miss Universe pageant, who gave in. Yeah, she gave in to the pull to take her own life. And for a while I thought I would do a video, and then I thought maybe not. It was not until I saw on two different spaces, one a regular creator, content creator, playing videos and her detailing what was going on in her head. And she said it so accurately. Then I saw TVJ carrying the same video. And I figured, yes, I'll just share my video. And that should be enough. But somehow, something kept pushing me to do this video. So, like many of my videos, it's unscripted. This one, I have no idea how it's going to be, because there's so much things to talk about. And I'm in an area where I've hunted for silence and it's not coming. But I've learned long ago, if you wait for that perfect moment, the occasion might just pass you by. Now, for young lady, 22-year-old Miss Spaulding, I replayed my own video, and I will link it in this particular video. The video where I spoke about surviving multiple suicide attempts. And her description was so apt. The voices in your head, the voices that tell you to hurt yourself. And the one question that she asked that I wish I had known her personally, I would have helped her understand and answer the question. Why do these voices want me to take my own life? And the answer I have found as a survivor of failed suicide attempts is the voices, the spirits. They know that there's potential. They know the possibility that you will make, the lives you will change, the impact you will have on this earth. And they have made an attempt to silence your greatness in your darkest hour. Now, there are those who might say, greatness, what greatness? When I look around me, all I see is gray and darkness. And I can say, yes, that is true, because I have been there. And there is no truer voice than the voice that has been there to speak. For me, it is not me guessing and assuming and surmising, no. I lived with that demonic oppression for years, maybe 20 years, from age 10. I survived multiple suicide attempts. And maybe because, well, the first thing I know now, that there was, name, the word just failed me. The Lord had his hand on my life. I know that now. And sometimes people think that greatness should just be that, oh, you will lead some organization and you will have fame and fortune and your name will be called on the worldwide stage and all of these wonderful things. But we make different impacts at different times. And I'm fortunate that 43 years later, from my first suicide attempt, I have the advantage of looking back. Let's just go quickly to when I was age 10, my first attempt. This one was taking an overdose. If I had succeeded, there is just a young man, not so young anymore. He's in his 40s. I met him when he was 7 years old and I was 16. Actually, I just turned 17 the day I turned up at their house, and I lived with them for 1 year. That young man has a stellar position in the cruising industry right now with an acclaimed cruise line. And I interviewed him on a podcast during the pandemic, just before he was about to join the ship. But before that, he was a general manager at a small boutique hotel in Ibiza, in the Balearian Islands off the coast of Barcelona, Catalonia, and Spain. And in his interview, he said to me, you know, Sharon, I wasn't as smart as you were. At 17, this is what the 7-year-old deduced. He wasn't so smart as I was. But when he saw me growing and enjoying the hospitality industry back home here in Jamaica, he decided to follow in my footsteps. Now, can you imagine, had I succeeded at age 10? That's one life I would not have inspired. And that's one person the cruising industry, the hotel industry, the hospitality industry probably would not have had access to. Then I think of when I taught Spanish to students. Oh my gosh, I have students all over the world. And I'll single out this particular student of mine. She came to me at age 12. She came from China. And her English was very sparse. And the children were so unkind. Children have a way, some of them. So as she struggled to put her English words together, there are people who were saying, okay, you take them, senora. I was like, why? She says, oh, you speak languages. I said, yeah, but I don't speak Chinese. And they insisted, you take her, you take them. There were 3 of them. You speak languages, you'll understand, or they'll understand you. But I took my charge very seriously, and I took them, 2 boys and a girl. And I got them to understand that even though I did not speak Chinese, I spoke only Spanish, we could do a trade-off. They could teach me Chinese, and I would teach them Spanish. Fast forward, maybe 15 years later, we're still in touch. The young lady, not only did she go through the prep school system, she went on to Holy Childhood, and then she went on to study engineering in Canada. She is a business owner, operator. Oh, she's so many things. Her 2 brothers, who did not quite enjoy academia the way she did, are successful businessmen in the Jamaican landscape. Wonderful young people. They still see me and they go, Senor, and they hug me. And it was one of those things in life when you're walking through the streets and you would see this little Chinese girl, you know, she's small in body and I'm not, run up to me and hug me, because Chinese are not very expressive people. And she would go, Senora, with such joy. Now, how would my life have missed that wonderful opportunity? And that's just 2 young people. I am struggling to separate to speak of another individual, but I'll just jump into the fact that because I did not succeed at suicide, I gave birth to a son. Wonderful young man, wonderful. And I was very afraid because I didn't want to hurt him. I didn't want to injure him. I didn't want to be a selfish person and cause him pain. But he has touched so many lives. He's so smart. and he will make a wonderful husband and father, and the world is a better place for him. And so I could give many, many stories. Oh my goodness. I have clients. I run a travel business specializing in cruising. And I remember just last month I had a last minute request for Greece. And this particular client, Miguel Cervantes, I think his name was, or maybe something close. But there was a book that I had to study in literature class in Spain, and his name, funny enough, was close to that writer's name. And so it piqued my interest. But at the end of what was a bit of a difficult sales process, he thanked me for being patient with him and for helping him to set up this last minute cruise exactly how he wanted it. And I'm just speaking about the persons who have communicated the help that I've given to them. I cannot even start in this video to speak of the people who unknowingly I've also helped. I hope that those that I've hurt, because there have been those too, will find it in their hearts to forgive me. Because truly, we don't want to hurt, we want to help. And true to form, as I said, I had no idea how this video would go, but I had to just do it. Suicide and suicidal attempts, these are demonic attacks. We need to call them what they are. As I mentioned in my earlier video, it started for me at age 10 when my father made his initial molestation attempts. Spirits transfer. Later I discovered that there was a history of molestation, sexual molestation, on his part, his side of the family. And I mentioned in that video too that he basically verbalized that he wanted to drink himself to death. There was a curse going through the bloodline that I had to break. And it is still my prayer that down to 7 generations and beyond, I will break it over the lives of those who shall spring from my womb. And even those I come in contact with, because you see, we're all created for purpose. Of all those sperms that got away and entered the uterus, fertilization only happened with one. And you and I are the magnificent results of that. Now, you will not see your purpose ahead of time. We like to see things ahead of time, but we don't see into the future. Or else, what would the value of the glorious uncertainties be? But you're created for purpose. You're created for destiny. And anything that is good will get an attack. I heard long ago that, boy, don't stone mango tree if no mango no upon it. And so the enemy of your soul, of your life, will not come at you if there's no value in it. There's so much I want to say, but I don't want to belabor the point except to say that your life, your gift of life is precious. It's precious not only to God, it's precious to mankind. You and I, we were all put on this planet, on this earth, born in the areas where we were born. Some of us say, oh, I wish I wasn't born where I was born. Oh, I wish my color was different. Oh, I wish I didn't have so much weight. I wish I wasn't so thin. I wish I didn't wear glasses. I wish my nose wasn't so big. My nose is big, isn't it? I wish my hair wasn't so kinky. But you have hair. You have nose. You have a nose to sit glasses on, like me, yeah. You have hands. I have hands to hold this camera up. I might not be as fast as you say in our oblique. Hello, I can only watch. I'm not fast enough even to turn on the TV when they're running. But that doesn't make me less of a person. I'm special. I'm special, specially created to serve my land, my generation, my destiny for now, for this time. And you are too. If you ever want to talk, reach out to me. I will talk. I will share. I will strengthen. I will care. This is Sherry. You can do it. I am still doing it. I still fight to stay alive. Let us fight together. Ciao for now.